Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to a new video. Today I'll be going over, I'll be going over the second part of my Apex Legends lore ranking. And we still got one more video on the horizon, so stay tuned for that one. It's the last 4 legends. But today I will be continuing the ranking of the Apex Legends. Last time we had Fuse, Lifeline, Lola, Watson, Rampart, and Octane. One of my friends told me that Lifeline or Loba didn't deserve to be this low, but this is simply my ranking. If you feel like any legend should be higher or lower, it's really up to you. I feel like this is the most balanced and unbiased ranking I can make. So yeah. Now let's get this thing rolling. Before I keep on talking like a dumbass. Things will get spicy as we head deeper into a ranking, so buckle up and get ready, because on our 10th place I have the holographic trickster.
Now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, boom, you're dead.
The trickster may seem harmless and a legend that may not take the games, or anything, too seriously. He does have something under his sleeve, which is his decoys and his impressive ability to fight that has even surprised Bloodhound and Bangalore. As we saw in this loading screen that you're seeing right now, Bloodhound says this about Mirage. He appears to be a competent ally in this photo. That is a pleasant surprise. He has fought at my side before, and I have never met such a Mecklenor. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If someone knows how to say that right, please just correct me. But perhaps I'm being unkind. He has survived his share of Slatra. His tricks of the eye are a blessing to the hunt. In the heat of battle, he win. Perhaps this is an image of the true warrior hidden within him. So by the way, before we continue, don't start any love triangles or ships between Bloodhound and Mirage. Mecklenor, or whatever you want to call it. This word actually means loudmouth, so it doesn't mean anything like lover or anything like that.
What? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
So just from this loading screen alone, we know that Mirage keeps the chill, dumb, and playful attitude we know him until the fight comes to fruition, in which he will become, as Bloodhound says, a true warrior. And with all of that mentioned, I haven't even touched on the small fact that Mirage's decoys are chaotic in the game. If you think that maybe you would be able to take out Mirage in the games, then you probably just have played the Apex games and never seen anything apart from from actual gameplay. But as you're seeing right now on your screen, look at this clip right here and tell me if you would be able to win a fight where Mirage has around 15 to 30 decoys placed in front of you, all moving at the same time. And it has also been revealed that even someone like Bloodhound or Crypto struggle to tell which one is the real one. The one thing that holds him back is that he isn't an aggressive person, which means that he will avoid fights due to one thing: his mother. Elliot loves his mother very much, even when she is slowly forgetting about him. This illness is a big factor of why he's in the Apex games, but another factor is that Elliot's brothers, many of you may know that Elliot's brothers, or Mirage's brothers, went to the war and they never came back. So Mirage wants to make his mother proud, but can't risk dying in the attempt, because that would leave his mother alone, or at least scare her really badly. So yeah, many people try to say that Mirage is a simple juxter, but Mirage may be the most relatable character in the game, and he probably is the character that has the most depth put into. As you may see, I will also be grading characters on their mentality and inspiration for every battle. Now with that said, let's move on to my next pick, which would be taking the 9th place in this ranking, which is the professional soldier, Bangalore.
Lock and load, rinse, repeat. It's that simple.
And I know you guys will tell me that Mirage actually beat her in one of the trailers, and I know that it's basically canon up at this point. But remember that legends fight each other over and over again. I don't know how this works, but I will show you why the legends fight each other all the time. And that simply boils down to the respawn ability, which people think for some reason isn't canon. But it's actually on the first trailer of the game where we see Wraith pick up Mirage and Pathfinder's banner. Now with that said, let's clear this out of the way. Bangalore is the second legend with the most knowledge on guns and how to use them. So no matter what weapon you pick up, she will know how to properly reload it and properly use it. Another thing is that up at this point, one of her actual abilities is that she reloads guns faster due to her knowledge and experience, but sadly this hasn't been confirmed yet or seen yet. So I really don't have any proof to show you this, but come on. A soldier will more than likely know how to reload a weapon way faster than your average fighter in the Apex games. Her smoke, I mean, I cannot say much about the smoke. Her smoke is always good and has been used by actual soldiers due to its effectiveness. Her ultimate ability is also a thing that can be discussed, since the creeping Mirage missiles first hit the ground and stay there for a bit. But what we don't know exactly is the amount of time they stay there. In the actual lore, I assume they will be the same amount of time as in the game, if not quicker to explode, as we saw in the Apex Legends Season 3 trailer. As I said before, motivation is also key for some legends, and trust me, Bangalore is anything but short of motivation to win every game she gets into, due to the fact that she got stranded out on the Outlands, and the only way to go back to her home is through fighting and winning the prize money. So yeah, Bangalore has almost no flaws on her character when it comes to fighting. She is basically a perfect soldier with an excellent motivation that makes her push herself to a maximum with every fight. Remember that I said no flaws? Well, before that I said almost no flaws, with her biggest flaw being how cocky she can get at times, and that may lead to a small misjudgment of the fighter that could lead to her actually losing said fight. She can underestimate any of the legends below her and lose to them. Fuse would be a perfect example, due to his age and where he comes from. And Bangalore may think that he may not know how to fight, or at least may not be able to fight very well due to his age. Up next, I have the surveillance expert Crypto.
Better to die fighting than to live in fear.
Well, Crypto is almost not used at all in the actual game. Crypto is pretty friggin' strong, by taking into consideration the small fact that 1. He can move while controlling his drone in the actual lore. 2. He can use his EMP in 2 ways, as we saw in the trailer. 1, by the drone simply giving out a more direct electromagnetic pulse to someone, like you're seeing right now. Or an actual EMP blast like we see in the game. Crypto also has these like EMP grenades that we saw on the trailer, but I don't know if I should count them, so I won't, since after all his drone has probably gotten some upgrades since the day Crypto had to go on the run. That's the reason I won't be counting them. Crypto has also shown some incredible under pressure thinking and decision making. Overall, he sounds pretty good, right? Well, there's a small fact that puts him below the rest of the recon legends, which is the small fact that if his drone were to be destroyed mid-battle, he would basically be only a foot soldier, if not less. With no abilities, Crypto doesn't bring much to a table. But if Crypto didn't have a drone that can see where the next ring will be, tell how many people are around him in a 200-meter radius of if not more, and grab killed teammates' banners, then he probably would be on the bottom of the list. But oh wait, now that I've mentioned more things that Crypto can do with his drone, he doesn't sound too bad, doesn't it? I'm glad you finally see it. I know that Crypto doesn't sound too strong when you mention him, but once you start to research him, you start to see this guy would absolutely mess you up in a fight. So yeah, Crypto is the perfect description of a strong legend that can be useless in some occasions. So basically, the perfect definition of being dead center of the list. So up next I have the legend that barely edged over his previous foe, or should I say, friend? You should already know who I'm talking about just by that friend line. If not, let me present to you the most lovable and friendly robot you will meet in a while. Pathfinder.
I am ready. I hope you are too.
Pathfinder is the small robot that only wants to find its creator and make them proud. His main ability is a grapple, and oh, what can I say about the grapple? When most of the Apex community thought Pathfinder was one of the best legends when the grapple cooldown was at 15 seconds, people called them broken, annoying, just way too good to be in the game. The thing with this ability is that small factor that Pathfinder can absolutely use his grapple anytime he wants without a cooldown. Almost like Spider-Man. So Pathfinder can basically, if there was a city, imagine something like Skyhook, Pathfinder would absolutely be swinging from building to building, having the time of his life just playing like Spider-Man. Second is his passive ability, which is Insider Knowledge, that makes him be able to hack the survey beacons around the map to see where the next ring. And trust me, if Bloodhound or Crypto didn't have this, they would both be lower down this ranking. But since they both have it, it now makes Pathfinder drop down a few spots while making the other two have a small boost. And for his ultimate, what can I say about a zipline that can easily get you and your team easy high ground? After all I said, I know people will say Pathfinder doesn't deserve to be in this position, but do you remember the launch trailer for this game? He had 10 kills already when Mirage and Wraith were discussing about who would get the loot. And in this clip, he also seems to be quite accurate while using his grapple, because I mean, you tell me when you're going to be hitting two people at mid-grapple just to grab onto another and slam him into the ground to kill him. That is just one of the many fighting capabilities of Pathfinder, and that is the reason why I got him so high up in this list. Before I mention the next legend, I just wanted to remind you to smash that like button and subscribe if you're liking this video for more content like this. Now let's continue with the ranking, shall we? Up next I have Gibby. No, not that Gibby. I mean the shielded fortress Gibraltar.
Hey, now, I didn't ask to be the best. I worked for it.
The lovable giant that is surprisingly high in this list. Now let me tell you, Gibraltar has almost nothing going against him when it comes to flaws, but he does have a big one that I will discuss in just a second. But first, let me tell you what put him all the way up here. First, his arm shield is surprisingly good in fights, and whoever has fought a good Gibraltar in the game, you will know how annoying that arm shield can be. In reality, we really don't know how much damage can the shield gun repel, but I will say that it at least blocks a Kraber bullet, which may not sound like much to many people, but remember that the Kraber is the weapon with the strongest bullet, and it can instantly kill enemies with one bullet to the head. And before you tell me that the other snipers can do that too, remember that no other sniper can one-shot someone to the head with full armor and purple helmet. That's the first good thing about Gibraltar. Then his tactical, which is the Dome of Protection, that can repel any amount of damage, no matter how strong the bullet is, how strong the grenade is, how much damage the ultimate does, the Dome of Protection will stand. This ability is incredibly useful when you and your squad are stuck in a place without much cover. His ultimate is probably just a more fearful and deadly version of Bangalore's, due to the fact that his rockets actually explode on impact. If Gibraltar would catch a squad with their guard down, this ultimate could absolutely wipe them all within a few seconds. Another thing that may go under the radar for many people is the small fact that Gibraltar has the fastest revive in the game, and not even Lifeline can revive teammates as fast as him. By the way, Gibby doesn't need to be under the Dome of Protection to actually revive them quickly. The only reason it was like this in the game was so balanced and he wouldn't be more broken than he already was. Okay, now why isn't Gibby on the top 5? Well, his biggest flaw is that he doesn't kill, or at least his intentions are to make people give up or surrender. What I mean by this is that Gibraltar won't kill you, he will simply beat you up to the point where you can no longer compete. Kinda like Batman. But in all seriousness, Gibraltar is quite strong. But thanks to him, a fight that should take around 2 minutes will last double, if not triple the amount, thanks to this ethic code of his. This isn't that relevant, but we can also see this reflected in his finishers, which again isn't a super relevant thing, but I did find it quite an amazing detail for Gibraltar thanks to Respawn devs. Now onto the last legend of this video, which will be the technological tracker Bloodhound.
Ahead, we talk of victory and slaughter.
This character steps into a top 5 due to quite a lot of reasons. First, their combat ability is one of the most polished out of all the legends due to their hunting ways and being able to track down any sort of wild animal or person, as we have seen in the games. Their ability to see the next ring is also quite strong. Not the best, but it's a huge technical advantage over teams without Crypto or Pathfinder. Another thing that also helps them is that, unlike other legends, they don't have anything holding them back to kill their opponents, which will be a fact that helped the last 5 legends get even more of a boost. Okay, now let me get into a deeper dive onto their abilities because they really do deserve it. First, the scan, which I will be honest, this ability was and is really up for debate about how it works and how to comprehend it completely, since we have never seen them actually use a scan in a trailer or lore piece. So we don't know how much time will Bloodhound be able to see their prey or enemy, but since cooldowns are not a thing that I'm not considering. So we don't know how much time will Bloodhound be able to see their prey or enemy, but since cooldowns are a thing I'm not considering here, I will say that they can use the scan almost every 5 seconds and will be able to see their enemy for around 10 seconds. And you will be wondering how I came to this conclusion. Well, Bloodhound will never give an enemy an incredibly unfair fight. While it may not sound perfect, Bloodhound would more than likely give their enemy a fair fight while still having an advantage over them. Next up, we got their ability to track down enemies. Thanks to their uncle Arthur, who taught them how to hunt from a very young age, Bloodhound is considered one of the most skilled and feared big game hunters, if not probably the biggest one. Their tracking ability doesn't just count on smell or footsteps that people have left behind. As we have seen in the actual game, they can see where people healed, died, where someone was revived and they can even see how or what tool was used to kill another player. So yeah, Bloodhound is not your average tracker. As I said before, Bloodhound really won't fight with fear or any emotion, since just like Vikings did, they think that the gods have determined an end for everyone, and Bloodhound knows that their end won't come unless the gods desire. That is also a huge advantage, since in the heat of a battle, Bloodhound will keep calm and collected. While many people will panic and such, Bloodhound will not be scared, panic, or just simply try to do anything on a rush. And last but not least, we have the Beast of the Hunt. And I don't know what else to say about this apart from beastly ability. I mean, I don't know what other things you may need to know about this ability, but the fact that Bloodhound can see his enemies or prey highlighted in red, see their footprints in red, turn his vision black and white, so it's basically a heat vision, run faster, he basically becomes the Beast of the Hunt. And I will know some people that will say that Beast of the Hunt is not really such a good ability. But before you say that, imagine this. You are being hunted by a wolf. The wolf will hunt you down until you are dead and feed on you. Or you kill him. Or manage to run away. Just the thought of it, it's scary, right? Well, now imagine this. You are being hunted by someone with the speed of a wolf, if not faster. This person will also be quite cunning and know how to cut you down or even place traps for you. And they can, and more likely, will use guns. When put into that scenario, do you still think that you would survive an encounter with the master of the hunt who is blessed by the gods? Well, my legends, if you made it this far into a video, I hope you liked the video, and I appreciate you all so much. The next video will be coming out a lot sooner, since I only have to do the last 4 legends. Thank you for watching. Comment down below what your ranking looks like. Smash that like button, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.